Hello and welcome to another one of Demon 212's reviews. Quite frankly, we're going to be looking at what many people consider, and I'm one of them, to be the best damn beat 'em up game ever. This should replace real fighting in my opinion. Sod real fighting, it just hurts, you get broken bones. Everyone should be forced to carry around a little copy of Street Fighter and you should have to duke it out on this. Fantastic game, really good graphics for the time, music is superb. And it's the type of thing that makes, when you play it, you think, why do we need 3D? Because games like this are still amazing. Options, you've got the standard stuff, you can change the difficulty, the time limit, you can change controls for whether you want your hard punches to be air or whatever you want your hard punches really to be. This version is the turbo version, you may have noticed. The reason I haven't bought the World Warrior version is because World Warrior in the EU regions is like playing a game underwater. Everything is in slow motion, it's terrible. I can't stand it. I used to have it on the original SNES and I hated it. The turbo version, you can choose between 4-star speed, well 1-star speed and 4-star speed, well 0-star and 4-star. Unless you do the little cheat that allows you to do 10-star speed, and I'll very quickly show you that now because it's just so funny to watch someone like Vega, who was the fastest character on the game, in 10 speed, because it's mental. And even better, I've got Chun-Li, the second fastest character, so this is really for one who's got good eye concentration. One of the quite special things about this version is you can play as the boss characters, which, how many times have you played games and thought, oh, how I would love to play a boss character, and all of a sudden this gives you the ability, which was pretty rare. Going back down to 4-star now, which is the standard stuff. It's what most people fight on. It depends on what you like really. 12 characters, each got different things. I've always been a fan of Ryu, Vega, Guile, or as a child I used to call him Gully for some unknown reason. No idea why. Zangief, who is the Mad Russian, he's a wrestler and he's got the most powerful move on the game, although it does take a little bit of practice to get used to doing it, and even then there's no guarantee. You actually look a bit like an idiot constantly trying to do it, although there we go, got it first time. You basically have to rotate the analog or the D-pad. It's easier on the analog in full 360 degrees and hit the punch button. However, to do that, it means you're jumping all the time, so you're very susceptible to air attacks. You've got 3 punches, 3 kicks, each weak, hard, medium, stuff like that. You've got you can do fireballs, special moves, as you saw there. The character I'm fighting has an electric ability. He can sit there, squat down and just electrocute things all the time. I'm actually going to die while I'm finishing this review so I can show you some of the other characters. For example, there's Sagat here, who has high fireballs and low fireballs, which is a bit of a tactical advantage. It means you can't really duck or jump them, so it depends on what your opponent's going to do. You really get you thinking on your toes. You can do, when I can pull one off, the Tiger Uppercut, which is very similar to Ken's Dragon Punch. Well, to be fair, it is pretty much Ken's Dragon Punch, although Ken, being the best at the Dragon Punch, can sometimes set your opponent on fire when you do it. Same as Ryu, the greatest fireball expert out there, can sometimes set your opponent on fire by doing a fireball. But those are quite rare, and so don't worry if you can't pull them off. It's not that you're bad at the game, it's simply because they're that rare. The music on the game for all 12 stages is fantastic, because every character has a stage, and every stage has a character. Just quickly through the magic of editing, I'm going to have a quick look at the others. There's Dalsim, who can breathe fire and stuff like that, and teleport. Chun-Li has the fastest kicks on the game. She can actually do 100-foot kick, which is constant kicking. E-Honda can do constant hand slapping. Balrog, you may think looks a bit like Mike Tyson, but for legal reasons they didn't call him Mike Tyson. Very quickly to show you E-Honda, he is quite possibly the most annoying character on the game, and it's why I'm so happy the VC doesn't support online, because basically you can do this, and once you get someone into the corner you can just sit there and kill them. In fact, the only character who has any chance against him is Chun-Li, because her kicks reach longer than his punches. Although when you play the game online, most people choose E-Honda until you choose Chun-Li, so then they choose someone with fireballs, and it's a constant back and forward thing, because there's always a character to beat another character, but unfortunately that means that once you select a character, if the game gives you the freedom to unselect your character, then you can't, like, people will constantly just swap, and it does me head in. Thankfully this isn't online, and thankfully you can't choose another character once you've selected. You have to reset the game. So if someone wants to be funny and beat Honda and chooses them before you choose your character, get yourself onto Chun-Li and teach them a lesson. As all beat 'em up games, this is much better in 2-player. 1-player, you can play it for a bit, and to be fair, every character has an ending sequence. The 8 original characters have proper ending sequences. The boss characters have pretty dreary black backgrounds with white text and flames coming up type thing. Pretty boring. So beat up the 8 original characters for some really funny endings, like the Mad Russian Zangief doing a Russian dance, Ryu going back home, Ken finding his, Ken basically jilting his wife type thing, stuff like that. Fantastic game, amazing in 2-player, must have if you're into beat 'em ups and you like, basically if you've got any grudges to settle between your friends, because as I say, this should be put into place for that. It's just that good a game. So there we go then, that's been the review. I hope you found it helpful. I don't score the games because that's based purely on opinion, so instead I'll leave you to make your own mind up. So thanks for watching, and if you've got any questions about the game that I didn't answer in the vid or that hasn't been answered in the comments, then feel free to ask and I'll help if I can. Also, if you did find it helpful, don't forget to check out my channel because there's plenty more like this up there, and don't forget to subscribe because there'll be plenty more to come as well. So until next time, this has been Demon212, signing off.